Hello, dear student. I am Dr. B.V. Pawar, working as assistant professor in Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce, Science College, Jawar in Department of Chemistry. In continuation of a topic directional bonding, today we are going to learn the mode of overlapping of atomic orbitals and application of valence bond theory to understand the formation of molecule by using covalent bond concept. In a previous video lecture, we saw there are three different types of overlapping of atomic orbitals, or there are three different mode of overlapping of atomic orbitals. So what are that actually? According to valence bond concept or valence bond theory, in modern technique, when two half-filled atomic orbitals of two atoms overlap to form the molecular orbitals. As we know that atoms have atomic orbitals like S, P, D and F. Similarly, if you saw in molecule also have a molecular orbital like sigma, pi, delta. So when these atomic orbital, according to valence bond theory, only those atomic orbital which having same symmetry or same type of alignment, that as well as energy, that only overlap. So depending upon on the concept of that, there are three different possible overlapping. One is called as SS overlapping, other is SP overlapping, and second one is a PP overlapping. That is nothing but what? When S orbital of one atom overlap with another atom of its S orbital, that overlap is called as SS overlap. When S orbital of one atom overlap with P orbital of another atom, if both having same energy or same symmetry, then there will be called as sp type of overlap of atomic orbitals. Third one is a pp type of overlap, when p orbital of one atom overlap with p orbital of another atom. Again there will be a pp type of overlapping we can see. Depending upon the mode of overlapping of atomic orbitals, the covalent bond may be of two types. One is called a sigma bond, another is a pi bond. The definition of sigma bond and pi bond we had already discussed in a last lecture. So to understand the these three mode of overlapping of atomic orbital, we will take first, that is SS overlap, with the help of example like H2 molecule. Formation of H2 molecule take place when two half filled 1s1 atomic orbital of two hydrogen atom each contain one electron. When they approach to each other, their spin will get opposite. After overlapping of these two atomic orbital of two hydrogen atoms, then there will be called as SS overlap. So SS overlap result into the formation of sigma bond. So here SS overlap, and that SS overlap when it taken place along the axis, that is called as bond axis, called as sigma bond. Okay, but you remember that when S orbital of one atom overlap with another S orbital of another atom, then there is what a pairing of electron takes place, but that pairing must having opposite in spin. Now the molecular orbitals surround both nuclei and the electrons in it now belongs to this nuclei. The atomic orbital has a single nucleus That's why it is called as monocentric, while molecular orbitals are called as many nucleus, called as polycentric. So when H2 molecule formed, there is a single bond which is present between two hydrogen atoms. That single bond is called as a sigma bond, and the overlap is called as SS overlap. Everybody understood? Okay. So this is the SS overlap. Now, sometime what happened? The S orbital of one atom overlap with P orbital of another atom. But as we know that there are three P orbital. One is Px, other is Py, and third one is a Pz. So likewise, we have three different atomic orbital: Px, Py, Pz. When S orbital of one atom overlap with P orbital of Px orbital of another atom. Now here Px orbital is such an orbital in which the lobe of that orbital is along the x-axis, and that's why this Px orbital now become called as a molecular orbital, or along that orbital is along the internuclear axis. Now here, when S orbital of one hydrogen atom overlap with Px orbital of other atom, like let's say HF, in HF fluorine having Px orbital, or Cl atom also having Px orbital. Now when these orbital overlap, then there is formation of sp type of overlap. Now here, when these orbital overlap, if both are along the x-axis or the internuclear axis, then that form the sigma bond. Okay. Or sometime what happen in third case, when Px orbital of one atom overlap with Px orbital of another atom, and if this overlapping takes place on head-on or along the axial mode, then there is formation of a sigma bond. Okay, so everybody remember that sigma bond formation takes place by Px orbital of one atom when overlap with Px orbital of another atom. So that is pp type of overlap, but here in both cases there is a formation of sigma bond. Now let me see another case. If, as I said in the beginning, that we have three types of p orbital. What are that three types of p orbital? So one is Px, other is Py, and third one is a Pz. So name of these orbitals are given on the basis of where that orbitals orient, or where that orbital lying. If p orbital is lying along the x-axis, called as a px orbital. If it along p orbital is along the z-axis, then it is called as a pz orbital. And if it is lying along y-axis, then it is called as a py orbitals. Now, when actually there is a two different types of way where there are two atomic orbitals, p atomic orbital will come closer. One is along the axis. For example, this is one p orbital overlap with another p orbital. Now here is a x-axis called as a px orbital. This is another px orbital. So there is a formation of sigma bond because of the axial overlapping. But if the case like pz and py orbital, they are not along the axis, but they are in different axis. Like let's say I will show you these three different axes. Let's say this is a y-axis, this will be x-axis, and this will be z-axis. If the orbital lying on x-axis, that it is called as a px orbital. If the orbital lying on y-axis, then it is called as a py orbital. If it is lying on the z-axis, then it is called as a pz orbital. So these two px, py and pz orbital they are not perpendicular to the px orbital, or they are perpendicular to the molecular axis. Okay, now when such a type of orbital, if they are available for the overlap, at that time there is a sidewise overlapping takes place. So here you can see these two orbitals overlap sidewise. Everybody understood? So these orbital overlap sidewise and there is formation of a pi bond. So this is the very simple way to understand that sigma bond is formed by axial overlapping, while pi bond is formed by a lateral overlapping or sidewise overlapping. Okay, so again this py type of atomic orbital overlap or pz type of atomic orbital overlap is the example of pp overlap, because both pa y and pz, which is of the p orbitals. Now once we understand the types of overlap or the mode of overlapping of atomic orbital, then valence bond theory is used this concept for understanding the formation of molecule containing covalent bond, or those molecule where there is a covalent bond, and that covalent bond formation taking place by considering the principle of overlapping concept or the principle of atomic orbital overlap. Now the application of this concept to understand the simple homonuclear atomic molecule, that how homodiatomic molecule formed with the help of valence bond theory. So here we want to understand a couple of examples, like from helium molecule to neon molecule. Okay, so what is actually the homonuclear atomic molecule? The homonuclear atomic molecule is such a type of molecule in which two atoms of same elements are present. Two atoms of same element, for example H2 molecule, two atoms of same element, He2 molecules, Li2 molecules, B2 molecules, C2 molecule, O2 molecule, F2 molecule, Ne2 molecule. These are the examples of homonuclear atomic molecule. In this case, in homonuclear atomic molecule, when two atoms combine, they achieve a inert gas configuration. As I said, why atoms try to combine with one another? Because they want to attain the inert gas configuration. According to octet rule, every atom try to achieve the inert gas configuration, because this is the configuration where that element are highly stable. For example, helium is highly stable, neon, krypton, xenon, radon, argon, all these are inert gases. And if any atom who want to become a stable, then they always try to achieve the inert gas configuration. So for attaining that inert gas configuration, that atom may share their electron with other atom so as to get the inert gas configuration. So here, when during the formation of atomic molecule, this atom try to attain inert gas configuration by sharing of electron pair. At that time, that type of sharing of electron taking place is called two center two electron. That means, suppose there will be two center A atom, this will be another B atom. So this is one center of A atom, this is another center of A atom, and it contains now this center having one electron, this center having another electron. So there will be two centered and two electron. concept that you have to remember to form the covalent bond. Now, how that concept helps to understand the formation of molecule? Let me discuss first, that is H2 molecule. For H2 molecule, two hydrogen atoms of same element, when they combine, there is formation of H2 molecule. But here in this case, each hydrogen atom has one electron. What is the atomic number of hydrogen? That is 1, and its electronic configuration is 1s1. That means in hydrogen there is one electron, and that electron is present in 1s orbital. Now when one hydrogen atom which contain one electron combine with another hydrogen atoms also having one electron, so that means there will be a sharing of electron takes place. While sharing of electrons, what happened? There will be now H2 molecule, there will be two electrons. For example, you can see this is one hydrogen atom which contains one electron, this is another hydrogen atom having another electron. Now when both hydrogen atom combine, there is formation of H2 molecule. At that time, how many electrons present in H2 molecule? 2 electrons, right? There will be 2 electrons. So during this combination, there is a overlapping of 1s orbital of one atom of first hydrogen overlap with 1s orbital of second hydrogen atom. So that overlap is called as SS overlap, which result into formation of sigma bond. So there is one sigma bond present between two hydrogen atoms. Let us use that concept, that how hydrogen molecule formed, for the other examples, like with the help of valence bond theorem. We will discuss that also. First example is a He2 molecule. Now here helium is the name of, is having its abbreviation called as He. The atomic number of helium atom is 2. Atomic number of helium atom is 2. So when helium having atomic number 2, then its electronic configuration becomes 1s2. How many electrons present in 1s orbital? So there will be 2 electrons, and these 2 electrons are having opposite spin, right? Because capacity of s orbital is to accommodate only 2 electrons. So when these 2 electrons are paired, at that time the s orbital is completely filled. That is called as its outermost shell is completely filled. At that time, if there is no unpaired electron, that means there is no electron which is available for sharing of electrons. As a result, there will be no bond formation taking place. Okay, so this is one helium which having 2 electrons, another helium also having 2 electrons, but helium having 2 electrons which are unpaired, which are paired, and therefore it is highly stable, even though helium is an inert gas, right? So already it acquired a inert gas configuration, and therefore there will be no helium-helium bond formation possible, right? That means helium is exist in a monoatomic form and not in a diatomic form, in a gaseous state. Okay, and that's why under normal condition helium molecule does not exist. This is also considered with the help of entropy. In entropy favors the decomposition of He2 molecules to helium atom. Okay, and therefore you have to remember that. This is the about the He2 molecule. Now second one example is Li2 molecule. Now lithium is the third member of periodic table. In lithium, having its atomic number 3, its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s1. So total three electrons present in two orbital of lithium. In one first cell having two electrons, and in second cell, which is called as outermost cell, having only one electron. So this one electron of lithium in outermost cell is available for bonding. So 2s1 electron of one lithium combines with 2s1 orbital of another lithium. So when these two orbital combine, again there is both orbital is of same type. This is the s orbital of first lithium, this is another s orbital of second lithium. So that when two orbital overlap, there is a formation of a Li2 molecule, and this Li2 molecule is formed by again SS overlap, and therefore to achieve the stable linear gas configuration, lithium atom shared its one electron which is present in valence shell with another lithium atoms, so as to form the lithium molecule. In between two lithium atoms there is a single bond, and that single bond is called as a covalent bond, or it is also called as a sigma bond, which is formed due to SS overlap. An examination of this crystal, or you can say the crystal study of X-ray crystallography of this lithium atom, reveals that lithium atom is surrounded by other 8 lithium atoms, and therefore it having a coordination number 8, and therefore in between two lithium atom there will be a covalent bond which is assumed to be resonant. This can be understood with the help of resonating structure of lithium. So this is how a lithium molecule formed. We have another examples like E2 molecule, then B2 molecules, and so on. So but we will discuss in the next video lectures. So this is enough for today's lecture. I will appeal to all the students to write all the notes whatever I taught lectures, so that you will get practice at how to answer the questions. Very soon I will take one test on every day. Every week we will try to take a test on topic, because near about we have finished your 60% syllabus through online mode. Okay, bye.